Alright guys, welcome back to another one. In today's video, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days Melon Mix again, the unofficial HD remaster of the game, which I covered about 3 months ago. For those unfamiliar, this is an unofficial project running on a modified version of the Melon DS emulator. It brings Days and all of its HUD elements into one screen, allowing us to play the game in widescreen and bumping the resolution up beyond that of 4K, and with full controller support, being able to control the command menu with the D-pad, control the character with the left analog stick, and the camera with the right analog stick. As I said 3 months ago, this is the definitive way to play Days, but it gets even better because over these past 3 months, Vitor, the person responsible for this, has been working hard applying more updates to the game to make the experience even better. All of the heads-up display elements have been resized so that they look better here in widescreen with the higher resolution. The version of Melon Mix that I covered 3 months ago did have resized HUD elements, though they still appeared a little bit stretched. I love this update because things like this make it even more convincing that this is an HD remaster of a Nintendo DS game, making it feel more natural that the game is being played in widescreen, something that was never originally intended for this game. There's now 3 different toggles for what information we want displayed on the HUD that you can change in real time with a key binding of your choice. We've got the standard map, the mission gauge showing us our current mission progress along with what world we're currently in, and the current mission information telling us what our objective is. All of the text boxes throughout the game have been resized so that they're not stretched across the entire screen, so that these text boxes look more natural here in widescreen. The lock-on system has also been improved. It can now be binded to just R1, and we can also change targets by pressing R2, making this feel like a more natural console-based Kingdom Hearts experience. But perhaps the biggest update in the most recent version of Melon Mix is the HD cutscenes. That's right, those cutscenes from the HD remix version of Days have been implemented here into Melon Mix. So whenever an FMV-based cutscene plays, you'll get the HD remix version of that cutscene, so long as you download the cutscene pack and put it into your Melon Mix assets folder. This really is amazing and is kind of like the cherry on top because there's so many improvements here and changes for this modified version of Melon to bring Days up to a remastered level, where really the only thing that was missing was HD remastered cutscenes, which of course we already have in the HD remix version. The fact that Vitor was able to implement these where they play in the right spots and it's literally those HD cutscenes is just mind-boggling. Another really cool update that was applied shortly after me covering Melon Mix for the first time was Steam Deck support. That's right, you can play Melon Mix on Steam Deck. And to be fair, I feel like this is the full circle moment. Days is a handheld Kingdom Hearts game, and so to have an HD remastered version of that still being played on a modern handheld is where this version of Days feels the most right. Now with Steam Deck, you can't play the game at the absolute max internal resolution setting, which is 16 times the native, which is 4096 by 3072. So you're definitely going to have better internal resolution playing on PC. That should obviously come expected, but you can still play at about 10 times native, which is 2560 by 1920. And taking into account the Steam Deck screen size, it still looks just absolutely fantastic here, much better than if you were playing it on original DS hardware. Honestly, we are so lucky to have someone this dedicated in the community taking time out of their day with no reimbursement, giving us Days HD, something that fans of Kingdom Hearts have wanted for an incredibly long time. It was so unfortunate we didn't get it in the HD remix versions of the games, and it's something that I don't think Square Enix will ever do now that we're moving into a brand new Saga. I thought that the version that released back in May was basically the finalized version. I wasn't really expecting Vitor to release any further updates on this, but there's been several since then. At this stage, I'm not really too sure what more Vitor could do to this project for Days, as basically everything that's needed to make this an HD remaster is practically here, within the confines of still using the original version running on a DS emulator, of course. But we have one more exciting announcement. So when I first talked about Melon Mix, a lot of people were curious to know, okay, well, is Vitor gonna do the same thing with Kingdom Hearts Recoded? Personally, this has been something that I've been waiting for because out of the 2 Kingdom Hearts Nintendo DS games, Recoded is definitely my favorite. We'll good news, Recoded can now be played within Melon Mix. So Melon Mix is more of a modified version of Melon to HD remaster both Days and Recoded. Now, Recoded is still a work in progress. On the current version of Melon Mix, yes, you can play the game, and it does bring some of the HUD elements into one screen. We've also got widescreen supported here, but there is still work to be done in regards to those HUD elements. Some of them are a little bit glitchy, some just straight up don't appear. I wouldn't recommend jumping into Recoded just yet. I would wait until Vitor is at a point where all of those additional changes, like we see in Days, have been applied to Recoded. This is super exciting though, because Recoded is a very impressive action RPG for Nintendo DS, and essentially took all of their experience and knowledge that they gained from working on Days, as well as inspiration from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and further improved the Kingdom Hearts Nintendo DS experience with Recoded. So to have Recoded with all of those quality of life improvements we see in Days Melon Mix, holy shit, this experience is going to be that much better. For anyone that wants to play Melon Mix, I'll leave the GitHub link in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Be sure to subscribe to keep up with everything that's going on here, as well as checking out my other garbage social media platforms. Links also in the description down below. A big thank you to my wonderful patrons. I forever and always appreciate the support. I hope each and every one of you guys are having a fantastic day, and we'll talk real soon.